6 just launched, and as a mobile gamer, I couldn't resist searching the app stores for similar experiences on mobile. I've tested a lot of mobile shooters, and today I'm counting down the top 10 FPS games like Battlefield 6 for Android and iOS. Along the way, I also found games that feel like Battlefield 1 and other classic Battlefield titles, so stick around until the end. Let's dive in. Number 10. I know it's hard to believe, but this is actually a Roblox game. Yeah, I had the same reaction at first. The graphics, the gunplay, and even the overall atmosphere feel way too good for Roblox. It honestly gives off serious Battlefield vibes. You've got large-scale maps, vehicles to transport your squad into war zones, and flag capture points that keep every match intense and dynamic. What really impressed me is the class system. You can choose different roles just like in Battlefield, and each one actually feels useful. If you've got friends to play with, this game becomes a full-on chaotic war experience that's just ridiculously fun. Definitely one of the most impressive FPS experiences I've had on mobile in a while. Number 9. Even though Modern Combat 5 has been around for years, it still holds up as one of the best FPS games on mobile. The campaign mode is my favorite part. Every mission feels cinematic, full of explosions, intense shootouts, and that classic action movie energy. There's also a multiplayer mode, and even a battle royale option, but for me, those are just okay. The real fun is in the story mode. The only downside is that you can't play the campaign offline, which honestly makes no sense for a single-player mode. Still, even with that limitation, Modern Combat 5 remains a must-play if you love military shooters. We're in the clear. Number 8. Yeah, I know this game looks a bit wild at first. Anime girls riding horses and fighting knights on giant battlefields. It makes zero sense, but that's exactly what makes it fun. Bishoujo Battlefield doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's the charm. You jump into all sorts of chaotic maps, mess around with different characters, and just enjoy the madness. It even lets you create custom matches. Visually, it's kinda impressive. The environments look nice, and some effects really stand out, but it's not perfect. The UI is ugly, and the animations can feel a bit clunky at times. Still, if you want something chaotic, funny, and completely different from every other war game out there, Bishoujo Battlefield is absolutely worth a try. Number 7. This one instantly gave me Battlefield 5 vibes. From the sound design to the visuals, the atmosphere feels surprisingly close. World War Heroes really nails that World War II shooter feel, and I've got to give credit to the developers for how polished it looks on mobile. You can even hop into tanks on some maps, which adds that extra layer of chaos and fun. The only real downside for me is the map size and player count. Most battles happen in smaller arenas, and I can't help but wish there were large-scale 32-player matches like in Battlefield. Still, I think World War Heroes is easily one of the best World War II shooters you can play on mobile right now. Number 6.
Team Deathmatch Mode. Kill enemies and earn points.
Even though Battle Prime doesn't have vehicles or massive-scale matches like Battlefield, it still gives off that same intense, cinematic energy. The graphics are easily among the best you'll find on mobile, and the gunplay feels sharp. There's a real weight to every weapon, and the sound design adds to that realistic vibe. You can switch between first-person and third-person views, which is a nice touch. I do wish there were more game modes, like a battle royale or an extraction-style mode to spice things up. Right now, the focus is mostly on smaller team-based fights, but even with that, Battle Prime feels incredibly polished.
Points lost.
Number 5. A lot of people don't realize that Bullet Force actually has vehicles. Yeah, You can hop into tanks and tear through the map just like in Battlefield 3. Obviously, it's not on the same level visually, but for a mobile FPS, it does a surprisingly good job. Now, I'll admit the vehicles aren't perfect. The controls feel a bit stiff, and driving can get clunky at times, but it's still fun to mess around with them. What really makes Bullet Force stand out, though, is its flexibility. You can play both offline and online. So whether you want to grind a few matches without internet or jump into live lobbies, the game's got you covered. It's a classic mobile FPS that still holds up today, and I'd say it's definitely worth checking out if you're into fast-paced shooters. Number 4. Polyfield really surprised me, especially knowing it was created by just one developer. It's basically a Battlefield-style shooter shrunk down for mobile, and it pulls it off incredibly well. You can jump into online matches or go offline with bots, and the experience feels complete either way. What I love most is how the game brings in community maps, vehicles, and big open battles without compromising performance. The shooting mechanics are tight, the visuals have that clean, low-poly style, and the game runs very smoothly, even on mid-range devices. It's rare to find a mobile FPS that lets you do so much without throwing a ton of ads or microtransactions in your face. It's one of those rare projects where you can feel the effort and passion behind it. Number 3. Carnage Wars quickly became one of my favorite FPS games on mobile because it actually understands what mobile players want. First of all, it's fully playable offline, which is a huge win already. There's a good amount of maps, weapons, and game modes to choose from, and each one feels different enough to keep things fresh. What really surprised me is the addition of vehicles. Just like in Battlefield, you can hop into tanks or jeeps and change the flow of the fight. It gives the matches more scale and chaos. Whether you want to play solo offline or just enjoy some no-nonsense shooting fun, Carnage Wars hits the sweet spot. Number 2. The first time I saw Weltkrieg 1 Firestorm, I honestly couldn't believe it was a mobile game. The visuals are stunning, and intense Battlefield sounds instantly reminded me of Battlefield 1. It captures that gritty World War I atmosphere, better than almost any other mobile shooter I've seen so far. Right now, the game is still in development, so you can't fully dive into it yet. But based on what's already shown, the potential is massive. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. And when it officially drops, I'll share a full review here on the channel. Hopefully, Firestorm releases soon, because I can't wait to experience the full version. Number 1. Delta Force takes the number 1 spot, and for a good reason. This is easily the closest thing we've got to Battlefield 6 on mobile. Massive open maps, chaotic large-scale battles, and great graphics. What makes it even better is the variety. You've got extraction mode, a story campaign, and the classic multiplayer chaos all in one game. The gunplay feels heavy, and the vehicles handle surprisingly well for a mobile title. The only downside is how demanding it is. This game can heat up your phone fast after a few matches, so make sure your device is ready for it. Still, Delta Force delivers one of the most complete FPS experiences you